Welcome to Reykjavík Newscast. My name is Valur Grettisson. I'm editor-in-chief at Reykjavík, of course. We're back at the volcano area for numerous reasons, actually. Before we start, though, I want to remind you on our homepage, grapevine.is. I also want to remind you on our shop. You can buy this there. Here you can see our good old mountain, Southie and what was it, Northie, Northie. And they are quite old now. They are 3 weeks old, and you can see the lava field here. It's incredible. 3 weeks, and they have filled the valley. So we have to stand in the hills or whatnot. It's even now getting close to the hiking path towards the mountain, meaning that it's going to close that probably within weeks. But we have a lot to say. We have a new mountain. We're going to visit again, of course, the mountain the volcano that we visited last time. And you can perhaps see from here that it's changed very drastically. It's incredible. And then you have the one in the middle here, a tiny one. I haven't seen that before. It's very small, literally it's like a family, like father, mother, and their small child. But more after this. I have to say, this is possibly the smallest volcano I've ever seen in my life. It's not much, but it's definitely cute. The thing is, this erupted only 1.5 days after number 2. We should just do like Austin Powers with this. Like the first volcano is number 1, the second eruption is number 2, and this is number 3 or mini-me, whatever you like. So. The thing is that this line here, you can probably see this is just basically where the volcanoes are or the dark material lava is. This line is more or less the volcanic line that we knew that was going to erupt before it erupted. This in whole is like 5 kilometers, meaning that when we come to the area, we actually come from there. This is Grindavík there, and we come from the south and we walk to the north. This means that the hiking path there is also, it could actually rip open and become a volcano. You never know, right? But the thing is, our top scientists in geology were talking today on a press meeting, and they were saying this volcanic area and these volcanoes, or this is technically one volcano by the way, is different from most of them. What happens most of the time is that when a volcano comes up, it's really impressive, really strong for like a day, week, even weeks, perhaps a month, but it slowly fissures out. It stops very slowly, and it doesn't get stronger. Of course, some days are stronger than others, but it does not go down and then up again. But this volcano actually, it has now gone, it erupted, of course, with number 1, our dear Southie and Northie, and that was pretty magnificent. But the moment that went down and became weaker, then we had number 2. For some ridiculous reason, that came up, and now this is just a monster. And the thing is, number 1 is still as strong, and number 2 is still very strong. After number 2 came up, the scientists said, well, this is like a line of lava, and it could actually come up anywhere, and it's not impossible we can have more volcanoes or like fissures. Meaning that only 1.5 days later we got this small bastard here, and as you can see, it's so small. It's like, even the sound from it is like from the boiling water or something. It's absolutely weird. It's very different from the others. So what happens here in short, and what's like odd with this, is that it went down in activity and then it became very active again. And the interesting thing is that the gas pollution is even more of a headache now than ever before. Luckily though, this eruption is very small. And just to explain that even better, we had an eruption around 6 years ago in Holurhraun. It was close to Vatnajökull. If you've been to Höfn í Hornafirði in the south of Iceland, and you know where this is, not that, well, it's far away from Vík í Mýrdal, but approximately in the same area in the country. But the thing is, that volcano was, quite big, and this one is only like 2% of that. So imagine how big that was, and that was a huge volcano. But it was the same. It was a fissure. You had a lot of lava, and you have a huge lava field there. It's way in the highlands. Nobody really. It was not a tourist volcano, and it also had a lot of gas. And it had even so much gas that all of the towns around, like Höfni, they had like emergency moments where everybody had to lock themselves in, turn up the heat to keep the chemicals out. And what they said is that the gas, which is of course heavier than the atmosphere, it was like a bag. And it just, in slow winds, this bag was like in, what was the movie? Like American Beauty. It was just like going down the hills, and in the end it came to the town, and it just spread all over. Kids got a lot of stuff in the throats and so on. And more about the gas, because I told you last time we spoke that gas was not that much of a concern. Of course I was wrong. The thing is, it was in the news yesterday at the RÚV, which is our national broadcast in Iceland. An excellent broadcast actually, if you want to check it out. They interviewed this 14-year-old girl, and she told them that she came to this area and she had like breathing problems, and there was an emergency, and the rescue team, the search and rescue team came, and they are incredible in what they do, and they took her to the hospital, and the doctor said, this is gas, no more than less, and this was a critical situation. So, and what's more basically is that you never know where it is or whatever. It could just be a fluke. She was unlucky, but what we know is that children are more vulnerable when it comes to gas. Not even with the dogs. Dogs are even pretty good at dealing with this. It's more about the snow and the toxic chemicals all around, because it goes down to the ground, of course. But the kids, they can't really handle this very well. Meaning that we know now, and I've seen a lot of actually tourists coming here, and a lot of them are bringing quite small children. Do not do this, because A, it's an active volcano, not one, but 3 actually, and B, children are lower, gas goes down, and it hurts their throat even more. I know, it's very exciting, of course, to come to Iceland and see the volcanoes, but if your child is, there is no rule about this, but if it's younger than 10, I would not hike with it here. Also, it's easy perhaps to hike up here, because you can always tell your kid, hey, you want to see the volcano, right? And the kid, of course, is very much up for it. But to hike back can be quite a challenge, actually. Not as fun, and the weather can change very quickly here, and it's not fun to hike. I took with me my ski glasses. We are very well equipped for everything that could happen. And me and Art actually we have hiked here in sunshine, and we have hiked back in a snowstorm. So it's ridiculous how the weather actually changes here. So in the end. Watch out, the kids, of course, but we're not done, because we're going to check out the number 2. The beautiful number 2 is growing into some monster, no more or less. But I have to say, I feel like this is our child or something. It's a love child of me and Art. It's like we saw it when it was so small, but now it's just so beautiful, and the lava field. It's incredible to see this. So anyways, we're gonna see if the number 2 is how it's doing. I'm gonna check the lava flow. So we're here to number 2. Number 2 actually is, I have to say, it's obviously bigger, but after number 1 had erupted for almost a week, less than that, it was already a monster. It was like lava everywhere. But like I explained last time, the lava is here. It's just not in this area. It's down in Meradalur, the valley of mare, female horses. So this mountain here is basically just getting stronger and stronger by every minute. It's not, of course, gonna It's not gonna hurt anyone. There is no constructions in danger or anything. And I saw someone that was asking actually on YouTube, like how it would affect, for example, the Blue Lagoon or Svartsengi, which is our power plant, our hydro power plant. In short, it will not affect it in any way because it's a different kind of volcanic system. Only in this area here is one volcanic system, and this is just a very small part of Reykjanes Peninsula. All in all, we have 5 different volcanoes in this whole area, which is very interesting. And not only that, wow, look at that. Whoa, it really bursted out. Oh, look at that. It's incredible power and volume in this. But where is it coming down is what we should be asking ourselves. This is incredible actually. We haven't seen a moment like this forever actually. This is now like half what it was. We used to actually stand there when we were talking just minutes before, and it's like crawling very fast towards us. And what's happening now, it will basically go down here towards the other volcano and form something we call in Icelandic Óbrynnisholmi, meaning that this area will in the end be inaccessible for people because the lava will be all around it, but there will probably not be lava in all of it. But just look at this. I think now would be the time to take out the drone.
Let's maybe try to throw the thing like the people that want.
Oh. Okay, we kind of needed to show you now, like it's been an hour since the huge lava flow came. We went up with a drone and saw it from above. And what we're seeing there is actually, before it broke, it was like a huge lava pool just up there. It's incredible to see it, and of course I have excellent footage to show you. And when it broke, it all flooded down here. And when I spoke to you, the moment I saw what was happening, I was standing approximately here, and you can see where the lava is here. I was of course a little bit further on the other side, but this is more or less where we were in the line. But you can see here like how quickly this actually happened. Only 1 hour. So you can see the fire in the lava here is already becoming hard. This black lava here, and you can feel like the incredible heat. It's very low, so it's not gonna burst into you or anything like that. It's more likely if it's like very high, and then it can like come out. I used this word before, like we say it like eldtunga, like a fire tongue. It's like Icelandic phrase, but you can see actually how huge this is. So look at it here. This is vast, to be honest.
Slowly.
Much bigger than I would have thought. Look at this. And it's now crawling here into the. You can see even like how it like boils and melts the snow here. You can see the smoke and everything. And listen to it. I have to. I'm only a 40-year-old boy, you know. Right? So look at this. All of that lava basically just busted out, and it was coming incredibly fast. It didn't look like it, but it's much faster than you think actually. You can see there. We can hear the crackling in it all. It's gonna crawl down here until more or less it has filled this valley also. Before that, of course, the lava was only going down there into the valley of Mares or Meradalur. But right here, oh, okay, we got ourselves into the gas. But you can see here, yeah, by the way, it's a good trick actually. If you're in this gas kind of area and it's not like the life-threatening one, you can actually put this in water, put water on it, and it cleans something, but it's not recommended, but it actually helps. But look at this. This is just amazing to see it. It's like a passage into the, like, I don't know, it's some kind of inferno. But this is it for us today. I mean, this has been an incredible night. I've never seen anything like this before. This is the most like active situation I've ever been in, and I'm just mesmerized by it. Just two things in the end. I want to remind you, I wanted to remind you, of course, of our Grapevine's online shop. We have a lot of nice stuff there, and also a shout out to Anna Filipovna. She's in Svalbard in Norway. I know that she's watching us right now, and I know that it's like minus 30 degrees there, and perhaps this will warm her in late in the night. So shout out to you, and keep on liking and subscribing if you like it. Until next time, see you then.